Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Oh, did I put that wrong? Nope, that's right. Okay. Happy whatever. I'm telling you, this entire week has run together for me. It's been a little crazy around here. And yeah, I have to keep asking somebody, what day is it? Yeah, I think it's Saturday. If it's not, we're going to pretend like it's Saturday. Hey, Margie, how are you? Good to see you. Happy, joy. I think Sylvia was in here first. I don't know if she's still here. Sylvia, did you leave? Hopefully, if you left, you come back. So, yes, we need you. We need both of you for sure. Sounds like you both have stuff going on today, though. We are going to end a few minutes early today because a couple of us have things going on that we have to run out the door for. So just remember, we need you. Yes, we do. Hello, Christy. So good to see you. And Christy, you could do this with a bread tie, any scrap of wire you can find anywhere. You could probably do it with string. I just wouldn't make it as long as I do with wire, but you could do it with string if you needed to. What else? Something else has wire that you can just, take it from. I made this one too long anyway. So good to see you guys. No paper clips, although you could make these with paper clips. They would be a little bit different, but they could be made with paper clips. And I'm just finishing up. I thought it'd be good to have one to show you before we just start making them. So I'm finishing that up. So what you'll need is some paper, some pretty paper that you would like to use. It could be scraps because they're pretty small. And so scraps will be great. You will need some book page or maybe some really thin chipboard or a cereal box. The book pages or music pages, I glued 3 of them together to give it a little bit of strength. So if you have a cereal box side or cake mix box side, that would go quite well and not have to glue 3 together. So you can see here that Candy and Dawn Marie are with me today.
Hi, everyone.
What do we call these? Junk journal clips. They're not paper clips, but they are junk journal clips. I don't know what else to call them. Junk journal clips. This is something, let's see, inspiration for this came from G. Kerr. I know a lot of you watch her. She's always got fun things going on. That's an awfully big ring, but that's okay. We get a decent size charm on this one. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put this on. I'm going to show you what this clip is. You might have already seen it with G. We're going to do a few variations on it. That's the fun thing. You get one idea, and everybody that touches that idea adds something or does something, not adds, but does something a little bit differently just because of the way they think, their creativity. So, all righty. So here is our little clip. This is our junk journal clip that could go onto a page and it could hold, let me see, let me get this right there. Okay. So you can clip this on. You could put, ephemera or whatever in it. I think actually some of the thicker wire might even work better. Dawn, we were talking about that earlier. So this one I did is a heart. And I just drew that heart, or actually I didn't, I just cut it out. I'll show you how I did that because everybody can do that. That's super easy. But if you have a punch that's a heart, you can punch one out. And if it's a giant one, you can let it be the outside one. But it's easier if you have a punch for something to be the inside. I did that with tickets. So I'm going to make one with tickets. So my punch is this. So after I punch this out, then I set it on the book page. And all I did was draw around it just enough to give it a little bit of a border and then cut out a larger one by hand. So you need two things that are two different sizes. You can do it with circles. I'll do it with circles there. I did cut out, I have a tag punch that cuts out the same tag in 3 different sizes. So I cut out the smallest and the middle tag there. So you can do it with any shape, any size you want. So I just kind of looked at, you know, what kind of size. This is the pattern that I just cut out of the paper, and what size do I want? Where is that? So I cut out the small one, set it down, and then cut out the big one around it. And here's how I did it. So if you don't have any punches, or you don't have a heart punch and you want a heart like I did, grab a piece of scrap paper. This is a piece of cardstock, but it had stuff all over it. So fair game to use. Fold it in half. Pretty thick cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to cut out the little one, and then I'll use that as a pattern to cut out the big one. So fold it in half, and then you could draw it. I just take this. I'll start up here so I have plenty of room to do more if I mess it up. This isn't very deep, and that's just the style of this heart. I wanted it long and thin so it would go down onto the page, but you could make it much wider. You could, you know, make the heart part go out any shape you want. And so literally that's how I cut the heart. Now, if I get that and I open it and I'm like, oh, I don't really like that, I can just adjust it from there. That's kind of a long point. Probably going to have to adjust that. So I'll look at that. And actually, that's not too bad, but that's kind of sort of the size of the bigger one. I do need a smaller one to go on it. So I kind of got a bigger one there, but maybe I want to do that and then have an even bigger one than that, because they're really thin. So I go back over here to my folded page where I just cut that one out. I'm going to take my folded page and I'm going to put the fold against the fold, so I can cut another one or cut a larger one. Right here, I'm going to cut and hopefully I can hold it still. I'm going to cut a larger one. So I want maybe 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch all the way around. I can trim it down if I need to. So I'm going to go right here about 1/4 of an inch bigger. And I'm just going to try to kind of sort of follow. The cool thing about these is they look handmade, and so it's kind of imperfect hearts always look better. When handmade something with hearts always looks better with imperfect hearts. So don't worry about trying to get those hearts perfect. And all I'm going to do is follow the shape of that small one, cutting it a little bit larger. I got another gigantic point down there. So I cut it about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch larger. So let's look at that. Okay, so that is kind of pointy. That might end up getting torn off anyway. So I'm going to, now once I get around to this corner here, I just pretty much do a one cut and it just goes straight. So there's really not much shape down there to those long, thin ones. So I'm just going to cut this point off a little sooner. Let's see how that is. I might want a little bit more of a dip up top, but try to keep it rounded right there. Yeah, not great freehand cutting hearts, but they work. So, okay, so then I can put those two on and see if that looks about right. But this does have that long, pointy tail there too, so I'm going to trim that off a little earlier. It's hard to do that and bring it to a point. Okay, so that's how I make patterns of hearts. Circles, you could do the same thing. You could take anything that's round sitting on your desk and draw around it to make a circle. If you have circle punches, they work great. I used a 1.5 and a 2 inch. So you could use a 2 and a 2.5, or a 2.5 and a 3, or even smaller. You could do teeny tiny ones there. So any size you want. So that's the template for the heart. So then I took 3 book pages. They're old book pages. I took 3 and glued them together to give it a little bit of thickness. Some of the newer book pages are super thin. If they're onion skin thin, I'd probably do 6 or 8 because they're super, super thin. But these are regular thickness book pages. So then all I did was take, for the first one, the template of the heart. Then for the second one, like it right there. I'll just put it right here. The second one, I can hold the heart on here because it's thicker. It's a little easier to hold. And actually, on the top one, neither side of this is going to show. So I'm just going to bring that right over to the edge and cut around it like this. Now you could put it down and draw around it. Just trace your pattern out and then cut. I'm lazy. I always want to do it the easy way, so I just pick it up and cut it like this. And I look at it and I can see a couple little, squared off places that should be round. So as I'm cutting, I'm just kind of rounding it. And if it's not perfect, doesn't really matter. These would be cute on a Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's a pattern for the small one that will go inside. And then you take the large one. Now this one, if I have book page or music page, that I can leave showing on the back because that's pretty. I can ink it and leave that to show. The front is going to get covered by whatever paper I want to use. And on the little one, the front is covered and the back isn't going to show at all. So I just leave the back of both of them. Oops, I didn't want that quite so. There we go. Leave the back of both of them and make sure that the front, I can also make them leaving the book page or the music page showing and then ink them or even stamp on them, things like that. So let's see. I'm going to leave this one showing. So I'm going to put on the back. You could cover the back if you didn't want book page to show. You could certainly cover the back. But I will just follow this pattern. It's really quite easy. And once you've got a pattern, you can just cut out any, tons of them and mass make them. This would be an easy mass make. The other thing is these, because they're small pieces, this would be a great way to use your scraps. If you have really pretty scraps that you like, that you don't want to throw away, this is a great way to use them and actually get something pretty out of them, but not let them just sit there forever. So I'm going to clean up a couple things. I'll set these aside because they're still usable for hearts. That's my 3 layers of book page. And then here is this one that I just cut, ready to be covered with paper. And I kind of like that because it's bigger than this one. So they're actually 2 different size hearts. So what I would do next is ink this. And well, it kind of depends on what paper I'm going to put on it. I was thinking about leaving the stamps as book page, but so I'll set that one down. So this one I haven't inked yet. I covered the front with paper and I put a little charm on it. So I'll ink that and then we'll make another one start to finish now that you've just cut out some patterns. And we'll go through a couple of them fairly slowly. So if you're cutting out a pattern right now and cutting out some hearts or circles or whatever they may be, there we go. So I'm going to leave the back as book page. I think that's cute. And then the front will be this. This is Nightfall from Minte. It's really pretty. And a little charm. I don't know if you can see the charm is a crystal. Kind of looks like those little stars in the sky. So, all right. So let's take this great big one that we just did. And first thing that I'm going to do is decide what I want to cover it with. So I grabbed a stack of paper that I have that are just single sheets left over from whatever. And let me see. That's kind of cool. Ooh. So I can just decide what I want to put on the front of the heart. It could be anything. I could start here and just do hearts all the way across, and any one of them would look good. And the back, I like that as a front too. And I dropped it on the floor, of course. So we grab that. So you could do any shapes you want. If you have, tags or tickets, or you could use squares or rectangles. Anything else. I have a ticket of the United States. That might be kind of cool to. All right, there's one. It's a little bit bigger flower, so it'd make a pretty back. And this, I really like this for the front. Ooh, what do we want? We would have some pink, and I want all the colors. Like right there. Right smack in the middle of it. That's what I want. Right there. So I can just cut from the edge. Okay. Well, got to cut the paper up sometime, right? So I will cut out this right here. So I can move that out of my way. Paper. My floor is a paper magnet as well. Yes, Margie, my floor is related to yours. I swear. I finally just put the grabber by my desk because I'm tired of hopping up and getting down, bending down and getting it. I tend to pull it this way towards me as I'm working. And as I'm doing that, I'm trying to force myself to bring it out here because I know it's harder for you to see. The closer I get to the edge, the more it's going to go off camera. And also, the closer to the edge, the more likely it's going to drop on the floor, which happens almost every single time something gets close to the edge. Tired of that. As Candy says, if I can't find something, look on the floor. It's usually there. Okay. Oh, that'll be really pretty. That's really pretty. Okay, so that will go on the front. So there's our small heart, and that's what's going to go on the front of that. So now we've got the big one that's going to be the back of that. And what do we want to show up behind this? Because it'll be like that. So I can take this piece and set it here. Do I want some of this black? That might be really pretty, inked in black. I'm not really concerned about what's in the middle of it because that's going to be covered for the most part. So I hate to waste all of that, but I do like that black as a background for that. So let's take this one and we'll cut that out right there. Actually, maybe I can turn that sideways and use less or have less left over. I keep thinking I need to cut, a 1/4 inch away from it, but I don't because it's the bigger one, which is 1/4 of an inch away from the small one. So I like using the thicker one to cut around like this because if I start to cut into it, it's thick and it kind of stops. Gives me a chance to correct that before I totally destroy my heart. When it's just one piece of paper, it's too easy to cut the heart down as your template heart cut down as you're cutting the paper that you want to use with it, the designer paper. All right, that looks good all the way around. Okay, that'll be a cool background. All right, so let's get this out of the way. And we've got the back, the large heart for the back, and which one of these doesn't really matter, which one's going to be the back that shows, and this is going to go on top of it. And then we've got the little heart that'll be on top of that. And what goes on top of that is this piece here. So I'm going to lay them like this, and they really only need to be laid a couple inches apart. Okay. And now I'm going to put a piece of wire. Let's see, this is black and pink. What do I have? Probably just go with silver because I didn't bring in any of the pink. So I'll go with silver wire. And I'm going to measure the wire about from the end of one to the end of the other. It does not need to be exact. Right there. I'll just cut that off. Stray piece of wire there. Okay, get that out of the way. And now I want to attach that wire from one end to the other. So I'm going to first put down a little tiny strip of double stick tape, because when you just put glue, the wire doesn't really stick to it and stay in place. It does quite a bit better with the double stick tape. And then we'll put glue on top of it to glue the two pieces together. So there's a piece there. And I'll do this one while I'm doing it. Easier to do it while it's already in my hand. There's that piece there. All right, that out of the way. So there's my two hearts, and there's my two going to go on top of them. So now let me take the double stick tape off of one side. I'm starting with the large side. I suppose it doesn't really matter which side you start with, as long as I can get that off. All right, so now I'm going to kind of straighten out that wire a bit and just lay it down here all the way from, because I measured it from the bottom up, so I'm going to lay it all the way across the whole thing. And then I'm going to get glue, any kind of glue you want, and cover that with glue, including the tape. By putting a little bit of liquid glue on double stick tape, it gives you the opportunity to move it around just a bit. If you put something directly to double stick tape, it's on. You can't pull it up and move it. And you only have a few seconds with some of these liquid glues, but at least you have a few seconds to move it around, and that's what it gives you when you put it on top. Okay, so I'm putting the large heart. I want to make sure my wire comes right out of the center. Line those up. And if I overcut one or the other, I can trim it up right here. Doesn't really make any difference from the front or the back, or if I just cut it funky. All right, so I'm just going to lay that down and press that in a bit, make sure that's on. Okay, and then bring it back here and let that sit. That's the top that I just put on. Going to do the same thing on the small one. So removing the tape from the double stick tape and putting this wire all the way down here. And then adding some glue. I am using the Stamperia craft glue, which is equivalent to Art Glitter Glue and Barely Art. I like it just as well. Those three I consider in the same category, and the three are always on my desk. So I don't know why some days I grab one and not the other, but I do. Okay, so then I'm going to line up that heart, make sure that's on nice and firmly, and make sure that the wire's coming out of the center of that one as well. I'll lay it down so I can give it a little bit of pressure. Sometimes if I do that in my hand, it goes sliding. Okay, there we go. It's cute already, isn't it? You'd put these over a Christmas tree just like this. Decorate them and put them over a Christmas tree. Now, you don't really want to decorate the bottom one because it's going to be mostly covered. But I do want to ink it. Let's see if I've got black. I do have black in here. So I'm going to give a little bit of black soot ink on both of these. So we've got a black and white and pink kind of theme going with these. And if there's a spot that pops open or didn't get glue, I'll just stick the point in there and give it a little bit of glue afterwards. Okay, so there's the bottom. And let's get the top. So who's making them? I'm going to say Sylvia and Margie probably aren't because they both have people coming this afternoon. Christy, are you making them? And if you don't have any wire at all, you could do this with string, as you'll see. But you could also make all the hearts and have them all ready to go until you can get some wire. All right, so now here's what it looks like. I've got the top piece, the smaller heart, the bottom piece, the larger heart. The backs are book page. This back will show, this back will not. So I'm going to take them and just bring the small one over the top of the large one. Bring them together like that. I'm going to pinch the wire together right here. I still have a loop up here that you can see. And I'm going to twist it. I'm going to twist that wire. It's easier to keep a loop in it so you can grab hold of both wires to twist the wire. And really, you just have to twist as much wire as you have. And that's why you only need a couple inches in between them when you lay them down, so you don't end up with 4 inches of wire that you've got to twist. I mean, even this could probably be a little too much. I mean, it could cut back. That would be totally fine as well. Okay, so I'm just going to twist them all up as far as you want, really leaving basically a jump ring. It's just a ring on the top. And these are nice and tight together. And then I'm going to bend that over. Get the band wherever you want it. That wire will bend easily. Yeah, this would totally work with a twist tie from a grocery bag, a bread bag or something like that. You could even use a couple of twist ties, put one on one and the other one on the other, and then bring the two together and twist them together. Okay, and then I want to add a charm. Oh, it doesn't matter. A paper behind it. I want to add a charm to this. So let's close up the glue and see. I didn't know what paper I was going to use, so I didn't know what charms to get out. So I just grabbed a handful of whatever charms. So let's see here. Actually, I might have sticking up here. I just remember sitting one. Is it pink or red? That's a little bit red for that pink. Kind of cute though, but maybe look like too much of a contrast. So you can use beads or charms or whatever you want to use. Oh, this pearl would be really pretty with that. So I could take these apart and let them be two separate charms, or I could leave it together and use it as one. Oh, I like it as one, but I also want to take it apart and use it as two, just because that gives me more charm options for making more of them. So I think I will take them apart. Let me see, as long as there's not a jump ring between them. Really hard to see with that glare of the light. Okay, I can. You know what? I'm not going to take them apart because that ring is so tiny that bending it might only get 1 or 2 bends and then it's going to die. So let's not take a chance. So let me see if I have a silver or a gold jump ring. So my wire was silver here. And that's okay. Let me see if I have a silver or something that's pretty. That's kind of cool, and it's got the black in it. The rose is pretty. I don't mind mixing the metal colors, honestly. They look pretty cool. Okay, that rose would look cool, and we'll hold something underneath it. A key, or isn't there a little teeny tiny bee? Oh, no, it's a dragonfly. Okay. What else is a tiny leaf. I could put a tiny leaf. Oh no, it's a feather. Tiny. I can't see today, obviously. What does that little heart say? It looks to me like it says farm. And I'm pretty sure that's, oh, look at that on the other side. It's, you probably can't see because it's going to glare, but it's a pink gem right in the middle with crystals around it. So let's do that one because that is, it brings the pink into there even. And then we need silver jump rings and maybe use a large one and a small one. Here's a large one. I even have some pink jump rings over there. I pulled this thing out that has multicolor jump rings. Where's the opening? There it is, right there. Okay, so there's one. And do I have any smaller silver? Not. Oh, what's that? Not that one. That one, not close by. Okay, then let's do this. This is pretty soft, so it opens and closes pretty easily. Otherwise, I might need a second one. Oh, yeah, because that's going to go around. Oh, holy cow, the hole's through the middle. I knew. This needs another piece of wire. Yeah, that was an interesting charm to choose. I didn't realize to slide it onto a necklace, the hole goes right through the charm. There's not a jump ring on top. So that's going to need a very large, or make my own with a wire. Okay. Now we're improvising. Okay, we're going to make our own with the wire. Put the wire through here. I'm going to cut the wire off. Don't even need this long, but just make it easy to work with. Okay. So that is right down the middle. So I wonder if that's going to sit. That's going to hang funky. All right. Forget that. Never mind. The backup beep. Are you hearing the backup beep right now? Yeah, the backup beep.
Did you hear me cussing?
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, no, I did not.
I had to mute.
Oh, nice. Okay, here's a silver heart. That would be good. And let's just do that. Where did I just put that silver jump ring then? Here's another one. Were you doing a charm as well?
Yes, and then my wire's too thin. It's ripped off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I think I put in there 20 to 24 gauge wire, and probably anything from 20 to 28 would be ideal. You get above 28 and it starts getting too thin. You can make it work, and you can even double it. Just twist it together to be one, and then it looks like you have braided wire, but
it doesn't have what it is on it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it doesn't tell you what gauge it is even.
Yeah, so I don't, this one probably would work better.
Yeah. And you can use a thicker wire too. Just, you know, I mean, most of them are soft enough that you could twist them, even the thicker ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to need to, that got bent the wrong way. Anyway, down there. I'm going to put a second one here. As soon as I finish this one, we'll bring DM and Candy back on and see what they're making. Maybe not.
I got one done and I made it the easiest one I did. Yeah. And my husband and I have been texting each other too during it. So sorry.
That's okay. As long as you're not having to do the tutorial, you can text all you want. Okay, there, I like that. All right, so I put one jump ring on to go between the jump ring that the heart is on and the wire. You can probably see that. that way, that one can turn this way. So the one that holds the heart lays flat, and the heart will lay flat.
Yeah, that's probably what I needed to do, but I was like,
An extra jump ring. Oh, yeah. There you go.
It's so short now, it's barely.
Oh, and depending on how far you want them to, this one I did not. And so I just bent the wire to lay the way I wanted it to. So this would lay flat, but it kind of looks a little funky. I think it is better with the second one in it. I should probably grab some smaller jump rings. These are kind of large that I have here, but I kind of like that as well, especially on that big long one there. So, all right. So let's bring everybody back. Is anybody making them with us today? Christy, are you making them? All right, so I'm going to put this one up here with that one, and I'm going to do, what are we going to do? Let's do circles. Let's do a couple circles. We'll let music be what shows on the back. So the music shows on the back, and let's see. I'm going to want that. If I want it straight up, then it needs to lay that way. That'll be the top right there. And then the book page is going to get covered anyway. So what do I want to cover it with? And let's see, circles. Maroon is pretty.
Good. Circle takes the square.
Yeah. Wow. Been a long time since I heard that. Ooh, I do like this music page. That's Christmas. Could do that with some Christmas on as the large one behind it. I'm also going to cover one in fabric, just like a linen type. Hey there, that's pretty. Those are pretty large for a small. Oh, the 6x6 page of the new antique shop from Minte. The flowers would be exactly the right size. Well, how about this? This is smaller. Yeah, that would get a whole grouping of flowers, or even that one. All right, let's start with that one. Let's just cut this corner off. See if I can save the blue in there. Maybe we'll do one with that. And you can make these shabby or neat, clean, distress the edges if you want. Lots of variation on this. So it's a good one for individual interpretation and taste. Don't do well with wiry things, but I think a paper clip would absolutely work. You could totally make these paper clips, Margie. Yeah. And it's a good way to get rid of 1,000. You already found an easy way to get rid of 2,000. I'm going to throw them in a bucket and rust them. It's going to take a ton of that rusting juice, whatever it is. But I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I've cut out the small circle. And got those little roses. That's really pretty, just a little bouquet. So now I can take that piece and put it up against others and decide what I want to be the frame around it. This background is nice. This background is nice. Shabbier. No, that doesn't work. Some of this kind of sort of solid color here would be pretty. Oh, even down here, we're getting the dark around it. It'd be pretty. All right, so let's take the larger one and see what we can get. Okay, I'll cut that right there. And be a lot less work. Yes, it would be a lot less work. For sure. For sure. So how's everybody been all week? Yeah, besides finding out your husband has to have triple bypass.
Yes.
You know what I think I'm going to do on this one? I think I'm just going to glue it straight on here and then just cut it out around it. That's what I think I'm going to do. So you don't know yet when he's going to?
No, next Friday. Next
They'll be
Friday, he
turning
goes
on.
to the doctor who will do the surgery.
Oh, okay.
And
But hope they're kind of sort of thinking as soon as possible.
yeah, I think so. Well, with one of them being 100%
Gee.
blocked,
Yeah, that's
and
a
the
little
second one
scary.
being 90, yeah, that's a little much. So
A little scary.
all he has to do is wait until after the after retreat. He
Oh,
has to do it
so you
after I
can be
get
home
home.
with him. Yeah.
Right. Because he's already not listening to the doctor because he did
No.
try to go out and mow the lawn today. So,
No.
but our neighbors went and stopped him, which we have wonderful neighbors. So I am glad that they did that
Yes,
because
definitely.
he was going to be out there mowing the lawn because it hadn't been mowed in a while because
Huh?
the lawnmower broke, and our second lawnmower was at the lawnmower repair shop, which we hadn't heard from them in 2 months, and we
Wow.
kept texting and texting and texting and texting, and finally they got back to us
Wow.
last week, and they said, "Oh, we'll get it to you next week," and we never heard from them, and then we'll get it to them next week, and we never heard from them. So yeah, we've been waiting. So they actually came today, and I asked him if he paid them the money that we've been holding, and he said yes. And I was like, why?
Yeah,
Yes, I understand they did a service, but
right.
I mean,
You should have talked to them about.
they had said they'd have them ready by the 4th of July.
Oh, wow.
And that's how long
July,
they've been
August,
waiting.
2.5 months.
Yep.
Wow.
So that was a little much for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, me
But
too.
and then he went out, and then our neighbors were nice enough to go out and tell him to go inside, take a nap, and they were going to do our lawn for us. So
Oh,
that
that's
was really
sweet.
nice.
That is nice. Glynis is lurking in the background. She's using a file folder for the base. That's a good idea.
So
That's
I didn't use the round thing, but I used some of my other things. Can you see how I did that one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cute. That must be for the circus journal.
Yes, the one that will be for sale at retreat.
Excuse me for yawning. Need more oxygen to my brain right now, I can tell.
Yep.
That's going to be, you've been working on that for a while. That's going to be a cool journal.
Yes. Yes, thank you. I can show the front.
Okay. That'd be cool. Ooh.
And that's the side.
Nice.
And that's the back.
Wow.
And
What a great
that's the
cover.
mouth. But you're not seeing inside.
That's a great book, a great cover, you know.
Yes, that was
a book.
that was Angie
Oh,
had
okay.
started it. And I'm basically just use her pages, and then I'm just adding to it. So it's
Okay.
a joint journal. Not a real joint journal. It's a
Sure.
co-work journal.
It's a collaboration journal.
Collaboration journal.
Oh, look what I did. I glued paper down and didn't put the wire in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's a reason that you don't put it on and then.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. That's funny.
Funny, Candy. That's really funny. Well, this one's just going to be thicker because I got to cut out another one now. No big deal. I like this one, the little larger one. Let me just cut this piece off. Easier to deal with a small piece. Yeah, that's so funny. What a waste of time. It's all right. I've done it before and guaranteed I'll do it again. Not that I like it.
Happens that way.
I know. Don't like it, yet it still happens. It's like dropping stuff on the floor. It's a pain, but it still happens.
Oh, look, green will look much better with this. Oh, pink might work good too.
All right. Candy, did you finish the one that was making you swear?
Oh, yeah. That's the only one I got finished.
I only have one.
Backwards, but whatever.
Yeah.
Put the wire on the wrong side.
One. Oh,
Oh,
On the back one.
that.
So it just comes out over it. That's all.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. It'd be fine.
It'd be fine. Fine, I
I
say.
lost my little acrobat. Where did he go?
Acrobat on the loose.
Yeah, he has decided to go far, far away, I guess. And he's small, so you know what? I'm gonna just set this aside and
the
I'll
floor.
find him. I know, that's what I'm doing. That's what
Check
I'm
the
doing.
floor.
But I'm not that far away from the floor. Nope. I'm
Nope.
sure he's underneath something.
Oh,
I will do the magician one.
alrighty there. Oh, I have a piece of red and white striped paper that looks a lot like circus.
Oh, cool. Because I'm running out of my scraps.
Are you?
Of my red and white. Yeah.
Oh, I probably even have a couple of them. When I was looking through singles to pull out for this, I saw a couple of singles. Okay. All right. So I cut another circle. And now what was the top is now going to get covered. And that one's going to get covered. So now I've got to get the wire. I think I will use, let's see, got this. They're both kind of, this one's more orange, tangerine, but this one's really copper, kind of rusty copper. So I'm going to use that one. That'll be cool with these. This one's a little thicker. Might be a little more difficult to bend. Okay, so they only need to be about that far and about that far. He ran away to join the circus, DM.
Yeah. Hey, I actually did want to do that until I realized that it really wasn't as magnificent as
Everybody.
it
You
seemed.
thought as a child? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I lived in Phoenix many, many years ago, I had a friend. She was an amazing, amazing lady. Funny. She could have been a stand-up comedian just naturally. Didn't ever have to work at it. And just super, super nice. Very generous, big heart. And she had been divorced and had some kids. And she'd been single for quite some time. And then she met this guy. And they dated for a little bit, not too long. And then they got married. And I played the piano, the wedding march at her wedding. And it was a lot of fun. And he was just really nice, treated her really well. Well, one day he goes to the grocery store to pick some stuff up and never comes back.
Oh,
I know. It was just,
sure.
it was, I know. It was absolutely the most bizarre thing ever.
Right.
And okay, I'm going to try to make sure I don't make mistakes while I do this. I'm going to put some double stick tape down.
Wait, he went to join the Men in Black, right?
He went, he probably wished, but yeah, and she didn't hear from him for months and months and months. Not kidding. It was
Wow.
just the weirdest, the most bizarre thing ever. She literally
Did he
didn't
go
hear-
and during the circus?
That's what he told her. That's what he said. That's what he said, that he was there, and he started talking to some people in the parking lot that were there, and they worked for the circus, and you know,
Lies.
and so he thought he could go make some good money, you know.
Right, yeah, because circus performers are rich.
I know. It was truly the most bizarre thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah, that is
Like of all the
smart.
excuses,
Right.
of all the excuses that I've heard,
Yeah, that one.
takes the cake.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I can't even imagine.
I know.
I can't even imagine her standing there with a straight face while he said it.
I
That's
know.
Just the circus.
I
Yeah,
mean,
okay.
Yeah.
yep, okay.
Uh-huh. And what exactly did you know? It's just like going with them from town to town and setting up and tearing down
Yeah.
and all of that. Like, right.
Being a roadie for them. Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Being a circus roadie.
Yeah, that's not happening. I mean, maybe that's what happened, but
It
if
still
that
makes me
happened-
laugh because it is so
Yeah.
bizarre. And no, I don't know.
I just honestly can't see that an
I know.
adult man, maybe somebody who was 18, I
Yeah.
would say,
Running
okay,
away from
maybe he
home.
really did it.
Yeah,
but,
running away from home. Yeah. It's like, no, but at that age, no. Oh,
please tell
man.
me she did not take him back.
I can't remember, honestly.
Oh.
It's been so long ago that I truly cannot remember.
I can't even imagine because you'd be worried.
I know.
I
I
mean,
want to say that he came back and they were together for a while, and then yeah, because she ended up single again. So yeah, I mean, when he came back, she let him back, and he was there for a while, and then eventually, I don't remember how
had
long
she
it was.
put out
though.
a missing person and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh
know,
yeah. She had told everybody and looked at anybody that they knew that he knew and that any of us knew. Anybody seen him or heard from him, they'd put out missing persons with the
Oh, my
police.
goodness.
I know. It is so bizarre. Just bizarre. So yeah, he came back.
Just kept on going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why stop with the circus now, buddy?
Right.
Yeah. So he
Oh,
came
my
back
goodness.
and
Oh, my God.
I think, it sounds so bizarre, that it's just so shocking. And that's why I think that he came back and she was just like, what? And
Let's see your paychecks from them.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah. Let it go for a bit. I don't think it was very long though. And then,
Oh, okay.
and
Good.
then she's like, no, it's not going to fly.
Yeah.
I'm a responsible adult running a business. I've got children that are now going to be teenagers, and no.
Imagine leaving your children like that.
Yeah. Well, they weren't his. He married into him.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. She already had 3 kids when they married, and they were like elementary to preteen, just about to be teen.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So,
Maybe
not
that
an
was
easy age. Man, that could be. And that's kind of the chicken way of getting out of it.
Yeah.
It's just go, you know what? I can't handle being parent. Didn't know what it was all about.
Tell me.
Yeah, exactly. Just tell me. Just tell me. Honestly,
I want to be with me. Just tell me.
yeah.
And then I don't care.
You can deal with anything as long as you know what it is.
Exactly.
You don't even know
Exactly.
it just still makes me chuckle though, because it's so
Mhm.
freaking bizarre.
Yeah,
And he even says I mean, I will say he was a weird duck to begin with, but
okay.
he was weird. Yeah. A little strange, but she, seemed so genuinely happy with him
Mm-hmm.
that I'm like, okay, all right, I'll support you. It's your life. Because he's
Yeah.
weird, there may be stuff about him that she really loves and can overlook the weirdness. So this one's extra thick because it got an extra layer of cardstock on it so I could put the wire on. And I'm using
I just doubled up one of my layers of wire because it started to break,
too
but I
thin.
twisted it
Yeah.
on another one that I ended up throwing into the trash. So or throwing onto the floor. The one that I had originally started, original when you first started it. Sorry if you guys saw my head. Yeah, I threw that one because I was frustrated with it because the wire had broken, and I was like, well, screw that.
Yeah.
I threw it onto the floor.
Let's get the back of this one that's going to show. I think I was inking it when I realized that I didn't put the wire in. So it's already half inked. Okay. Is that like half baked?
Yes.
Because I think that's what he was.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they needed help and I needed a job. So, not going to make a phone call on your cell phone home. Hey, honey.
Guess what? Yeah.
Got an opportunity for a job. What do you think? Yeah. It was really sad though, because she was so genuinely happy and in love, and for him to turn out to be such an idiot,
yeah,
was really too bad for her.
Right. Yeah. The people that bought the house I grew up in Maine, that's what he did during the summer. They had a food wagon, but it was like for whatever, hot dogs. I don't know what it was for. And then and he traveled all over the US in the summers, and we had a nice area to park like an SUV or like something back there. So that's how they made their money. And then during the winter he stayed home, and they had enough money to
stay home.
I just did that wrong. Yep. I just
That's
did that
cool.
wrong, I think.
Well, work all summer and with a long hours.
And
what's available.
They had kids that could go with them. So yeah.
Oh, when we first got married, then the 2-year mark, 1-year mark, Rodney had to re-enlist, and they made him retrain. He had to pick something to train into other than what he already had, right?
Right.
And one of his options was on the planes, on the C-130s, they're crew chiefs or whatever. So they load masters and stuff. So they're gone like during the week, and they're only home on the weekend. Oh, sometimes they're even longer, but they're always gone, and their shifts are all over the place. You just never know. Right. And I was like, that ain't gonna work for me. Yeah. It'd be different if I married you like that and I knew that's what you did. That's not the kind of relationship I want. I don't do well with long distance. Right. That won't last. I'm just telling you right now, we won't last because I don't like that. Right. So
I understand that.
Yeah. It'd be different if you met him like that and that's what you were used to. Right. But I was like,
you walked into it knowing that.
I don't like that.
To have that thrown on you.
Yeah.
This could be really cute on a dangle too. Really cute little clock face.
Mine just came out.
No person, huh?
Oh man,
that's all that you have. That's fine. But if you pick that,
right, if it's out of your control. But if you choose that, knowing,
I don't know that I'll handle that well. I'm just being upfront with you. I just don't think I'll handle it.
Yeah, I get that. So,
and we didn't have kids at that point, but I said, especially when we have kids.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you're not here to help at all, anytime, anywhere.
No, that's
yeah.
when you're enlisted as well, full time.
Yeah.
That's,
So I
yeah.
was like, oh, yeah, it's not gonna
Yeah.
work.
Okay. This wire was a little thicker, and it's kind of tearing the paper. That's a little harder to do because as I twist it, it's trying to twist it right out of the paper. I might need to put something under that too.
That will look
Okay,
good.
so that one is copper. That'll be cool. But let's see, do I have any copper? Nope, not gonna have any copper. Well, I got a copper cog, but cogs and roses, not exactly
Yeah.
steampunk.
Yeah, and I haven't put anything on mine because I don't have anything that goes with circus.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I've got to find something. Or just not have anything.
Right.
But I think if I find, like, I don't know, I'll find something before retreat and get it
What
on
kind of
there.
thing? Would a feather be like circus, kind of, sort of?
No, I'm thinking like, if I can find an elephant or if I can find, I don't know, even a fuzzy pom-pom would be better than,
I might
'cause
have
that would be
thrown
so
away
cool.
some fuzzy pom-poms. I might have some downstairs.
So I just need something that,
Yeah,
it's
I get it.
all I have is the bugs from our
From your subscription box?
monthly subscription box.
Mhm.
And then I have something else, but it would be huge and it totally doesn't go and it would give away something else. So
Oh,
I don't want to do that.
what would it give away?
Maybe something that everybody who's going to retreat might get.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I really was thinking, what would it give away? That makes sense. All right. So, well, they don't care if you give that away. I don't care if you give that away. I want to know. We always want to know. All right.
So, yeah, I'll just find something.
Okay.
I got time.
Yeah. And all those are large. I thought there was some small ones in there. The other thing that you could do is use a bulb pin instead of jump rings.
Yep.
To hang the charm or beads.
Yep.
Beads would be cool too. Some bright beads would be great for circus.
Right. Yes. I was thinking that something, even if I just put, well, that's why I left this wire at the bottom of one of them, so that maybe if I don't put one up here, I may be able to get something, just a line of beads on that. So
I might have,
or I might be able to find like I do have stickers, so it's possible I might be able to have like a little star that I could put down at the bottom.
Right.
But
glue the sticker onto a
yes,
chipboard and then punch a little hole in it and make your own charm.
The sticker is
chipboard.
chipboard,
perfect.
So I could probably do that.
Okay. I'm going to do this way and see if it can do without a jump ring. There we go.
Plus, you know me, I can never do anything the way it's supposed to be done. I have to make it my own.
Yeah, everybody should make it their own, and that's totally okay. Yeah. All right, let me get that out of the way. Now, I want to do this ticket one. That's what I want to do.
I did a ticket one already.
Did you?
Yep, except for I used the word carnival as the
Oh, cool.
As the other side.
And I might leave that. I didn't go pull out the ticket stamps. Well, I also want to cover one with some linen cloth. So what shape do I want to do that? A heart? Probably not on the larger one. I would do it on the smaller one that's on top. Oh, and I'm all sitting nicely, and now they're all mixed up. There we go. Okay, I think I'll do that. let's cover this one. It can take a minute to be drying. I am getting really excited for retreat. Jan and Katie left this morning. They're driving.
Yep.
Driving from New Hampshire. They left this morning. They're on their way, making a nice vacation, visiting friends along the way. That's really cool. I'm glad they get to do that together. Great
Not my
idea.
best work, but an elephant is done.
Cool. Everybody else is getting packed and ready to go. And I am getting, not myself packed, but retreat boxes packed. And upstairs ready to go. And still working on the shop. We're going to bring everybody over here to let them shop in the store instead of trying to drag the store to them. So still got a little bit more to do to get that ready for them. Maybe we'll do a super quick, just like 10, 15-minute live on that day, just to show everybody what they're shopping in, what, so they have an idea. But then we won't stay live while we're all shopping. That would not be good. We need some privacy when we shop. Oh, this, I'm wondering, could leave this out a little bit farther and let it fringe, just let it fray a bit. I might try the fabric a couple different ways. Cutting it right up to, or letting it be a little wider so it can fray.
Aha.
Aha.
I just figured something out.
I'm wondering if my StreamYard froze, or the last comment I see is Margie ran away to join the circus. Is that the last?
Yep.
That's the last one I see. Everybody's being quiet today.
They are being quiet today. Okay. And Margie she had people coming, so she might have had to step away. We do know that. And Glennis is making these, so she's having a hard time chatting because she's making.
Mm-hmm.
And Sylvia
is having a big, huge pig roast.
Yeah, Hawaiian pig roast. So she will be mostly out, maybe in and out, but mostly out. Okay, there's a fabric. I'm going to let that one dry, and then I'm going to stamp on it. And let's see. I wonder what kind of base do I want on that one underneath it. This might be pretty. What I think I'll stamp on it with is some of this archival orange blossom. And then I can ink around the edges. The background stamps here. The Traveler News. That's a Sir Vagabond. And this one, well, we could do gears and cogs and put a charm on. That would work. What part of this do we want? I think it might be that part right there. All right, so let's just ink this up. They're working outside. Oh, she's still here. They're working outside. Okay, Margie, I got informed that I had to power wash my trailer. Oh, gee, by the 20th. And that rule was never in the lease, and nobody else has ever power washed theirs. Wow. And Margie, I'm going to say, having been there, I did not drive up to yours and go, oh, wow, that really needs to be power washed. It's so dirty. It isn't. Did you, Candy?
No,
That's
mine is worse.
yeah. In fact, yeah, mine absolutely. That's kind of silly, Margie. And hers was power washed a couple of years ago, so it isn't that bad. Linda's here. She power washes hers every 6 months. Oh, it's required.
Are you
Ronnie does it
serious?
every year or so.
And in her
HOA?
community, HOA, it's required. Okay, there we go.
That's why we moved into a community with no HOA.
Yeah, we don't either.
Yeah, well, it's tough. It's tough. I know that a lot of the retirement communities have them.
Yeah.
It's tough. And, we've looked at some different places, and some places it's really tough to find a good location without one, because now
Yeah.
they're, putting them everywhere. Our park seems like an HOA. Oh, you don't even have an HOA, Margie? Or they're just demanding? No HOA, they're just demanding? Oh.
If you don't have an HOA, how can they make you do it?
Mm-hmm.
Just
I was just going to
harass you,
say
huh?
that.
Guess they can't make you. They can just harass you.
How many other people had to do it too? That's my question. That would have been my first one. Well, so-and-so's is worse than mine. Are they power washing?
Yeah. Okay, so
Let's see. What do I have?
I put the the fabric on here. I didn't really want to put the wire right under the fabric because it'd be easily seen. So I'm going to make this extra thick by putting in another layer of triple layered paper behind it. So you would just see the wire down there, and that just wouldn't look cool. Nope, no HOA. They're just demanding. Jeez Louise. And Margie, as nice as she is just trying to give them what they want. Because she's so nice. Yes, she is. To everybody but Candy.
Me a brat.
I'm breaking down and grabbing something.
Okay. Yeah, she did call you a brat, didn't she?
Repeatedly.
Or I would say, or does on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Oh. And then she
All right,
probably
that's about all I'm going to do because I can't. My vocabulary is becoming.
she'd probably then tell me to say, if the shoe fits. Huh, Margie? Well, who says it fits? Just because it's your opinion.
It's hard to find shoes that fit.
Yeah. I have a hard time finding shoes that fit right. Okay, so there's the base. And I'm going to do some of this again on that one. Okay. I'm putting archival ink on it, so if it's handled, that it won't just smear off onto hands, and because it stays much better on this fabric.
There, I put fringy on mine.
Cool.
On International Monkey Day, December 14th.
Oh,
Did you all know
God.
that?
No.
And then International World Elephant Day is August 12th.
Huh.
And International Tiger Day is July 29th.
Ooh, July 29th, Margie. All right. I need extra one on the back of this for the wire. Surely I cut one. There we go. There's that one. And that one. That was the smaller one to the big one. I'm losing my parts and pieces. There we go. That one right there. Okay. Hello, mailman's here. Toys for candy.
It's kind of late for her to be going.
Ah,
But it was something supposed to be delivered yesterday.
yeah. Of course it wasn't.
Yeah, at 2:30.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Okay, this one here.
And we got mail yesterday, so it wasn't like.
Yeah. Huh. It wasn't like there wasn't any mail.
Yeah.
Okay. World Elephant Day would be Margie's birthday.
Oh, well, there you go, Margie. Did you know that your birthday was World Elephant Day?
She'd rather it be World Tiger Day, but
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay, that. And cut it off about right there. Some double stick tape. World Tiger Day was almost my anniversary, but missed it by 2 days. Okay. Put the lid back on. All right. Oh, I was hoping Dawn would be here.
Lion.
Go ahead.
Oh.
World Lion Day.
Lion is the king of king of the jungle, right?
Right.
Yes, lion is king of the jungle. Okay. Well, then there.
Also
I'm
king of the circus.
Yeah. The brain.
I get it. All right. So let's take this one. Put it right there. It needs to come out the center. What are you doing? There we go.
Glennis must have sent a picture of what she's doing.
Okay, give me a second and I will check it.
Oh no, his tail may get taken off.
Yeah, it's kind of small for a picture. All right.
I think that will work. Sorry, Mr. Lion. Let me see if I can bend your tail.
Ouch.
Yeah, I know. Well, he could be wagging it, okay?
Okay.
Cats wag their tails too.
Yes, they do.
There. Now we can have a lion one.
Lion is king of the beasts. It isn't in a jungle.
Yes.
It's in the
Oh,
savannah.
that's true.
That is very true.
Okay, thank you for correcting me because I stink at stuff like that anyway, so maybe at some point I knew it.
Well, they do call him the king of the jungle, but he's not in the jungle. I just didn't even think about that. King of the animal kingdom would be better.
Yeah, well, I just put him, I had to find something to put the Mr. Lion on. So I had one with a crown.
Okay.
So I put him on top of the crown.
Cool.
Ooh, that might look good.
All right, let's put this one on. Okay. Glue on my fingers are sticking to my fingers, not to each other. All right. Okay. So now we turn these two. Oh, I'm going to ink them first. I'm going to ink them with this one. What do I have? I can use this one. We're going to rust them up with this orange blossom. And it is looking a little bit frayed, which is perfect. Okay. Awfully quiet for a Saturday.
Yeah.
We're all tired. We're all thinking about what we got to go do.
It's been a rough night.
Yeah. It's been a rough week for me. Not bad. I mean, nothing bad has happened. Just exhausted. Each night I can't seem to get enough sleep. There's just so much to do. It's always like that right before treat, and I love it. Even if I am exhausted. Really looking forward to retreat. Trying to decide what I'm going to work on and make.
I need something to hold this like a clip. Where's that? My clips. There they are. This is not going to stay unless I clip it.
There, you can't even see the wire inside. Whoop, throw it across the desk. All right, so now we got these. We're going to bend them like that. Going to get that one coming out of the center. Need that glue to stick. Okay. Hold that so that it doesn't keep twisting down and tear the paper. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we have we do have a rose gold bulb pin. And what kind of charm? Oh, steampunk. So let's do charm, cog charms. There's one.
Okay.
You done?
I probably put my last term on. I forgot one.
I'm going to finish this one, and I don't know, I may do the ticket. Then I'm probably going to be done for today. Come on, that cannot be the only rose gold charm. Steampunk charm. There's one I can see. There's a teeny tiny one. Good, can add that. There's one. There's one. Okay. What do we? Oh, sorry, Linda. We're a little I don't know, brains are a little not functioning today. Yeah, let me show you up close what it is. The inspiration came from G. Kerr, as Margie said. They're not paper clips, but they are clips to go over a junk journal page and hold something. So I can just put some of these on here and then show you.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that started wiggling. Did everybody get
What? Oh, you wiggled your...
My camera wiggled.
Oh. Well, I didn't see it, so didn't make me sick. But
excellent.
Doesn't mean nobody else. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to put 3 cog charms on there. And I'm going to just attach it with a bulb pin. All right, so Linda, it's kind of like a hidden paper clip, but there's no paper clip in it. So I'm going to go full screen, and then we'll go to Candy, and then we'll go to Dawn Marie and can show what you made. Maybe if it'll take me full screen. There we go. Okay, so this is what it is, Linda, and it can slide right on the top of a book page there. So this is wire instead of or one that was easily pulled apart. Instead of paper clip, it's wire, and it's the 2 components, a larger heart and a smaller heart on top of it, or circles or tickets or whatever you want to punch out. So there's like 2 sizes right there. That's these 2 sizes here. So you put the wire on in between, glue them down, and then just bring them over on top of each other. And then you twist the wire on the top and then bend it over. And then twist that a few more times actually. And then put a charm on it that would dangle right there. And there's a little over the top page clip for journals that could hold something. So there's my first heart, and here's another heart. This one I covered with linen fabric, and then I stamped with archival orange blossom. I love it because it looks rusty. I stamped just a little bit of this steampunk background. Just picked a spot and inked up only that spot, and then just put some cogs. I'll have to turn that around because there's a teeny tiny one, so that would need to be on top where it could show. So I'll turn that around. This one is round. So you can use circle punches. Just get 2 punches that are 1/2 inch apart from each other. And here's another heart that is black and white and pink. And the charm is a heart. And I cut out a couple of tags. I have a punch that does tags in 3 sizes. So I cut 2 sizes of tags, and I'm going to do one with those. I've got a couple of tickets. I have a punch that does a ticket. And so I cut the punched out, let that be the small one, then just put it on a piece of paper or on this, which is actually 3 pieces of book page glued together, and then cut a little bit away from it, or drew a little bit away from it, and then cut it out. So you can really, I cut one, I think I cut some hearts out of Braille paper. They're over here somewhere. I cut just out of a piece of cardstock is where I cut my template for the hearts. Once the first ones are cut, it's easier to use these as a template because they're thicker. And I just glued 3 book pages together or 3 music pages together to get a good thickness. So you could use cereal box board, or thin, very thin. What is it? Chipboard. I can't even think. Cardstock. Couple of layers of cardstock. That's Margie. I would say bulb and Margie at the same time. Mulgy. That's what I did on a couple of these. This one is a bulb pin, and this one is a bulb pin. That's driving me crazy. I got to turn that one around so the tiny ones in front can't be seen. There we go. Want it to be that way, so yes, it would be that way. Okay. Here we go. Now we can see the teeny tiny one in front. Yeah, so I did a bulb pin on 2 of them. I did jump rings on the other 2. So let's go to Candy and see hers. You'll have to try it, Linda. They're actually kind of fun. They'd be easy to mass make. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that.
This one.
I like the butterfly. I thought of doing a butterfly one. I definitely have to let mine be the smaller one. Oh, cute. That's pretty. Wow. Ooh, I like the butterfly charm hanging there. So those are gorgeous. All right, DM.
Okay.
Like
I just started this one, so it's going to be Carnival Clown, and then there's nothing on the back, but it will eventually work. This is my monkey one.
You just went blurry. Hang on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know why. It's weird. Oh, that's cute.
Monkey.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess I have to play with this. Remember, this is a new camera.
Yeah.
This is the one that I was really looking forward to
I
doing,
like that one. Yeah.
because he's actually a magician. That's a famous magician. So, and then this is from the paper from what is it, Bo Bunny, the carnival paper from Bo Bunny.
Oh, right. Yep.
So
Yeah, the circus one was fun.
Yep. And then I did this one with tickets and the carnival piece.
Cute.
And then I did this one with Ringling Brothers, and I have this is the Bo Bunny too, but I put the little guy here saying,
Cute.
step right up.
Yep.
And that's all that I've done. Oh, yes, actually I'm working on, but this wasn't staying down, so I was making a King of the Jungle one. So he's
cute.
So
very cute.
Did you show
wasn't
Thanks, Candy, for pulling hers in. Okay, there we go. There's Glennis.
Oh,
Oh my
nice.
gosh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. 3, 6, 9. Wow, Glennis. Great job. I like the scallop inside the circle too. So they aren't the exact same. I like that. I do have a scallop that could go inside of a larger circle. That's a good idea. I do like that. Margie, the circus journal that DM is working on is one she's donating to the HPP fundraiser. So that will be for sale during retreat at the fundraiser. Great job, Glennis. Those look awesome as well. They all look cute, every single one of them. And that's kind of the thing about this is, it doesn't matter what you do. They're just cute. So they all look good, and they'll all work. And thanks, Linda. Linda said, nice job, guys.
Thank you.
So we're going to cut out a little bit early today because we've got a lot going on and places we've got to be. It won't be very long. Maybe this weekend I will go ahead and get the events created for the lives during retreat. Please do watch for them, because there will be, I think there's going to be at least four lives during retreat week. So that you can see what retreaters are doing. There might even be more. There might be a couple surprise things. Who knows? So if you aren't set up to get notifications, definitely click the bell. We are also, I don't know, I didn't look this morning, how many subscribers away from 1,000 so we can send out this box. That would be so fun to be able to do that during retreat. I'm quick checking here. We are at 948 subscribers. So we are 52 subscribers away from sending out the box stuffed full of craft supplies. So that would be really awesome if we got the 52 during retreat week next week. And retreat starts officially a week from Friday, so a week from yesterday. Everybody will be here by Thursday. So Thursday the 20th, but the last arrival is Thursday evening. So we won't do anything live before that. But 9:47. Oh, mine said 9:48. Somebody just left. Margie says 9:46. You guys might have to refresh. I don't know. I went in on a different tab and
Candy lost her internet.
uh-oh. Mine says 9:48 and mine is refreshed and most current there. So darn it. Candy lost her internet. And that's okay because it's time for us to go anyway. So yeah, this weekend, hopefully this weekend we'll get the events created for retreat. If I've got all the times set in stone, we can do that. And watch for those because they are going to be a ton of fun, guaranteed, with this group. Can't wait. And Jen and Katie, if you're listening while you're driving, drive safely. Can't wait to see you. Love you all. 3 different numbers, but I think 948's it. So we only need 52 more subscribers and we can send out this box of craft supplies. So bye, everyone. Thanks, Candy. Thanks for helping us out today. Thanks, DM.
Yep.
See you soon.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.